Hey guys, welcome back to Storytime with Assad. So today I'll be reviewing my latest read, Scream and Staircase, first book in Lockwood and Co series. Um, so this is actually the second time I'm reading it, and it's much better the second time. It was really intense the first time around because it's essentially based on ghosts, as you can clearly see. Huge ghost right there. Screaming staircase. Yeah. Um. So awesome cover. I have to talk about the awesome cover, and uh, I I'm not sure, but I believe you may or may not see this cover design in stores now. I think this is the first edition of the book, and there's a new edition with revamped covers. So, two revamped covers actually for both British and UK edition. Yeah, so look out for that. So, let me get into it. Again, Lockwood and Co. first story, Screaming Staircase. Essentially, um, Lucy Carlyle, she is the main protagonist. It's written in her point of view. She ventures away from her ghost company, not her ghost company, but the company she works under. She ventures to London, where she actually, it's a job. Believe it or not, hunting ghosts is a job, and as you can see here, hunters are our business. Yeah. So that's what they do, and Lucy, she met Lockwood. She applied to Lockwood and Co for a job essentially, where because she was turned down by other companies and whatnot. Lockwood was basically her last resort, which no one actually knows about because Lockwood is essentially just one guy and his friend George Lockwood, Anthony Lockwood, and they they're roped in to solve the mystery of a ghost sighting in a house that has been torturing people. Not physically torturing, no, just emotionally torturing people in the house. Where I believe it's an old couple, and the husband, he actually fell down the stairs, broke his neck, and they were wondering exactly what happened. So Lockwood and Co. I would refer to Lockwood and Co. being Lockwood himself, George, and Lucy. So it's kind of hard to say all three names. So I'll just say Lockwood and Co. That is essentially what it is. Yes, so they figured out that the ghost that was haunting the house was actually Annie Ward, who was essentially an actress, an old actress. She was murdered when she was a teenager, and her body was entombed within the pillars, within the walls of the house. It was actually her house. And yeah, so that's the first story of Screaming Staircase, well, first story in this book. The reason why I said that is because there is a second mystery that they have to resolve, which is the mystery of the Screaming Staircase. And I will get to an opinion with respect to the cover and the title in a bit. But with respect to the second mystery, the Screaming Staircase, Lockwood and Co. they were roped in by an old guy called Fairfax, and to solve the mystery of the Screaming Staircase, where there are a bunch of ghosts, like they literally scream on the staircase. That is creepy. So the mansion is relatively abandoned. Mind you, this is a totally different mansion from their sighting of Annie Ward. So yeah, back to the Screaming Staircase. They were roped in by Fairfax to solve the mystery of the Screaming Staircase, and apparently the mansion was passed down from generation to generation within the Fairfax family, but previously to the Fairfax, it was owned by different people. And in the olden days, there was a lot of like blasphemy and murders and whatnot, diseases. So in retrospect, the Screaming Staircase was based on 7 monks who were murdered, and I don't think they mentioned why they were murdered. I don't recall. But yeah, so 7 monks were murdered brutally, and that, like, I think it depends on the death they have. It is essentially the kind of presence they would unfold onto the place or whatever. Because you have ghosts like in houses, on railroads, schools, whatnot. So that's, yeah, that's essentially what it is. So um, Lockwood and Co. They actually solved the mystery of the Screaming Staircase. When they did their research, they realized yes, 7 monks were murdered, as well as another boy who was murdered. They found their bodies, well, their corpse, their skeletons, at the inside. What do you call it? Like, it's not even a basement. It's actually the house was restructured many times over the years, and so rooms were covered up, basements were covered up, and all that. So it gets really dark and creepy. So there are a lot of mysteries that are being compressed and hidden within the walls of the house. So yeah, so they ventured underground. They found the source of the ghost, which was actually a well. They didn't dive into much of the details with the well and whatnot, but you get the idea that it was covered up as time went by and people got hold of the mansion and the property. So, Fairfox, I would get into some spoilers now. Fairfox, an old man, when he found out that Lockwood and Co. They essentially not solved, but they were on their way of solving the mystery of solving the mystery on the death of Annie Ward. They kind of blew up the house. Yes, so they had to repay the wife, the old lady who owned the house, £60,000. So Fairfox, when he realized that they needed the money, he roped them in to solve the mystery of the Screaming Staircase and the Red Room. Yes, a red room. So he basically bribed them in the sense that he offered them £60,000 to repay for the damages done to the previous house in return for solving the mystery of the Screaming Staircase. And it so happened that the reason why he did that is out of guilt, I guess. He wanted to cover up the fact that he was the murderer of Annie Ward. So Annie Ward and Fairfox, they were essentially lovers. There's also romance in these things, which is good. It's a good, solid foundation for a story and some motives, I guess. So they were lovers. They acted together in a lot of plays. And one night, Annie Ward, she went back to her house. She was dropped off by a friend, which was essentially or well known as her lover by the media, Hugo Black. And essentially Fairfax was jealous of that because Annie Ward was, in Fairfax's word, a very wayward girl. She was of a lower class and he wasn't, and they had to hide their relationship from his parents particularly, as well as the public, because he would be cut off from inheritance and whatnot. And knowing some people, they wouldn't want that to happen. So he in a rage, he practically killed her. I think he slapped her or something. They got into a fight and she broke her neck, and that was the end of her. Because he couldn't go to the police, nor could he run and leave the body, he decided to entomb her body within the house. So her body was basically sealed up within the walls. And Lockwood and Co, they uncovered that body so many years after. He's an old man and he's been hiding the fact that he killed someone and covered their body inside of the house's walls for 50 something years, I assume. And yeah, that's That's kind of creepy. So he roped Lockwood and Co in order to basically hide um, his guilt. So his intention was really to basically seal them up within his own mansion with the ghosts, in hopes that the ghosts would kind of scare them to death, because that is what the ghosts did to many ghost hunters in the past. Because of how powerful they were, their screams, their torment, and it would just like send people mad. Some of them committed suicide, some of them died on the spot, and it was really terrifying, to be honest. So that was Fairfax's intention, to basically seal Lockwood and Co and have them die in underground, because there was, so the red, I mentioned a red room. The red room is like a sealed up room, but because the house was rebuilt and not rebuilt, but was restructured, and some rooms were closed up and whatnot, there were a lot of secret passages that they didn't know of, and from the red room we were able to get into this screaming staircase. Now, essentially, the screaming staircase was thought to be the main staircase of the house, but it wasn't. It was actually a staircase that was sealed up. It was a spiral staircase, and it was terrifying. Like, I mean, if you read it, you would imagine, like, you can't even imagine. I couldn't even imagine myself going down a staircase knowing that you don't know where you're going. It's dark, pitch black. You have a candle and you don't know when that candle is gonna blow out, essentially, and there are ghosts just running you down. Like, that is insane. I don't know. It's creepy. The first time I read it, I had a lot of nightmares. This time, I refused to read it at night. I would just read it during the day, just to avoid those nightmares. So yeah. So Jonathan Stroud, thank you for this amazing book. I'm looking forward to reading the others in the series. I actually have a few at home which I haven't gotten to as yet. It's on my to be read pile. So I will be reading those and reviewing them. I love the cover. Like, this is an amazing cover. Sadly, the follow-up books aren't big like this one. They're relatively smaller, which I don't mind, but it feels weird. Like, it looks weird on my bookshelf. I don't know. I guess you guys know what you do, so I don't mind. I guess I can live with it. So I give Screaming Staircase 5 out of 5. If you guys love it, or if you guys intend to read it, I suggest that you do. It's amazing. It's very light. It's light reading, I guess, but also very dark and deep as well. So there's a nice contrast there. If you guys enjoy my review, let me know in the comments below. Like, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel if you look forward to hearing more reviews. With respect to comments, if you've read this book and you would like to let me know what you thought of it, if you agreed or disagreed with things that I've said, or if you want to elaborate on anything, put it in the comments below. I am open to reviews. Let me know what you think of the book and what you think of my review and vlog. That all of your help will be much appreciated. So thank you again, but until next time, enjoy, take care, bye.